Hi, guys. All right. So I wanted to go ahead and do a little message from the universe for Valentine's Day. This isn't a love message about, other relationships. This is kind of like a message about, I do this actually probably once every, I don't know, about once a month where I do a storytelling where I say, like, what is the stuff that makes us shine? What's the thing that, because sometimes in these stories we forget to like look at the lead character. So this is just about each zodiac sign. And we're going to kind of, use possibly one or two decks, but I'm going to do this for each zodiac. At the end, I'll timestamp everything, okay? But we're going to start out right now with a storytelling for Ophiuchus. All right. So, Ophiuchus, welcome, you guys. We're going to do just so everybody knows, I'm going to start out with Ophiuchus, then I'm going to go into water signs, then fire, then air, and end with earth. Okay. So here we go. And I hope everybody is having a great day. Ophiuchus, you guys are coming in at 48 seconds. All right. Ophiuchus, what is it that makes Ophiuchus shine according to the universe? All right, let's take a quick peek. Hey guys, look, good to see everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. Also, there's a couple zodiac I haven't done a love reading for yet, so that'll come out in a few minutes as soon as I'm done with this. And Ophiuchus, I believe you are one that I haven't done a love reading for yet. So we start out with the King of Cups. What makes Ophiuchus shine? First off, they are leaders in emotions. They are someone who has an emotional continuity to them, baseline where they're able to literally like find the right words to express. And they may be the person who has no problem starting that emotional dialogue. They're able to, I'm going to say, look at emotions as if it's a bonus, not as if it's something that is actually, I'm going to change decks if you could. Instead of looking at emotions as something that rattles them and something that, it's like, oh my gosh, if we go down this road of emotions, you never know what could happen. It could be really brutal, it could be really unfortunate, it could be really unhappy. It's like in every emotional exchange, there's always going to be something of worth, something of value. Ophiuchus may also have this unique ability, and if the universe wants to remind our character of this. They have a unique ability to learn from every situation. Being willing to learn is actually one of the things that puts a feather in their cap. You notice how this person has two peacock feathers. Universe is like, being humble enough to say, oh, I've got some more stuff I could learn right now. That is something where it's like the universe is stepping back, applauding, going, yes, that is exactly that's where our pride comes from. The fact that we don't think we know it all. We don't strut around and act like we got it all. We're like, I didn't know that. I never thought of it that way. Wow, I just learned something today. That is such a beautiful trait for someone to have. Not only are they loving, not only are they stable, not only are they someone who can step forward and really express how they feel about something, they're able to then step back, listen, and learn from somebody else, even somebody who maybe it's not going to be like a reciprocal kind of relationship, but they're still going to say, well, I guess I'll learn something out of that situation no matter what. And Four of Coins. Ophiuchus is also the kind of person who knows, like our Kenny Rogers card. They know when to hold them. They know when to fold them. They know when to walk away. Holding back and holding on. There's a fine line between when we do each. Sometimes we have to do both simultaneous. And Ophiuchus knows this. I can say, wow, I'm going to retract some of my energy because to keep giving it could be wasted energy at this moment in time. So instead, I'm just going to wait. If the time becomes right at some point, then I'll go ahead and I'll put my pentacle back down on the table. But I certainly don't walk away or walk around and just hemorrhage my emotion, hemorrhage my value. I am valuable. That's why I know not to just walk around and give it away to everyone. I'm discerning. But it doesn't mean that I don't set my sights on something and say, gosh, I wish that was going to be a part of my future. But boy, if it's not giving me success vibes right now, then I'm certainly not going to keep overextending myself. Instead, that's okay. I can pull my energy back. So this is, the overall message for Ophiuchus from the universe is like, Ophiuchus has so much value. This is the kind of person anybody would be lucky to have in their life. And this person has so much, I'm going to say like intellect in being able to continue to learn. And they use that intellect, they put it into play and they say, I'm never going to overgive. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I give to a situation that is capable of giving in return to myself. So very, how do I want to say this? This is a very sophisticated character. That's what the universe is telling Ophiuchus. You're very sophisticated in how how Ophiuchus walks through this world, which is very inspirational, very powerful. Good on you, Ophiuchus. All right, guys, next up, we're going to go into water signs now, and I'll timestamp these all at the end. We're going into Cancer starting at 5 minutes on the clock. Hi, Cancerians. Welcome back. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Valentine's Day. We're going to do a story where I'm just going to say from the universe's perspective, what is it that is beautiful about our Cancerian? What makes them shine? Sometimes we talk too much about everybody else and not enough about our lead character. So guess what? Universe says, Cancerian, you've got this ability to consistently reinvent oneself. Cancerian has the I'll say the emotional intellect to say, hey, I didn't come into this world as this fully formed adult human. I came into this world as itty bitty baby, and then I got to learn and grow, and I've changed who I am multiple times throughout my life. And that means I have the elasticity to do that again. My plasticity of my brains, my neurons, the things that I can learn, my heart. Ooh, that awesome song by Sia, I've got an elastic heart. Sorry, I'm like blah, fumbling over my words there. That's kind of a nice image to say someone's heart is elastic. We can have the broken hearts that then simply stretch us, make us better emotional gymnasts. Let's put it that way. This is somebody who can continuously change the way they view themselves as they assimilate new information. It allows them to transform, and that's what this character does. This character also is probably really tapped into emotions here, and things like messengers, things that come from their guides. They're always changing when they get a piece of wisdom, when they reach some new frame of mind because of a new piece of information. They allow it to change them. This is not somebody who hunkers down and says, I want it this way. This is how it was supposed to be. I won't change. No, no, no. I want it my way. The universe is like, this Cancerian has the ability to continuously expand and know that they are not who they are today is not probably who they will be tomorrow. And they're actually excited about that. Talk about open-minded. The thing that makes Cancerian really shine is look at all of the possibilities. Look at all of the opportunities. Everywhere they look, what they see is opportunity. This is a person who never says, oh man, this thought that I had didn't come to fruition. It didn't work out. So that must mean that now I'm devastated. That's not what this Cancerian does. What they say is, okay, wait a second. Maybe I'm supposed to look at things from a different perspective, especially if I've hit a brick wall. I got to abandon certain ideas or even like expectations. And then instead of saying, well, I'm just devastated that something didn't work, this Cancerian shifts gears and goes, okay, abandon those expectations. Maybe I wasn't expecting enough. Maybe the universe is nudging me to say, there was so much more for me up ahead. I wasn't supposed to take the first opportunity, or I wasn't supposed to accept just this when there's so much more up ahead for me. There's this perpetual sense of as much change as this Cancerian goes through, they consistently find themselves in a state of like kind of like blissed out peaceful energy, because this person thrives on change, and that is an amazing and remarkable like I'll say inner strength that this Cancerian has. They're all about change, and I think that this character has probably proven time and again that, you know, that old saying, nothing stays the same except nothing stays the same. You know, we always have to expect changes, and this Cancerian has like totally surrendered to the universe, and they're like, yeah, I get it. I'm supposed to keep growing, and I'm going to have new opportunities up ahead that are actually what I'm looking for, is things that add value and balance to my life. Could be a Sag on the horizon too, but it's like this Cancerian is very comfortable with the fact that their life is supposed to be more than what it is right now. I think that's a really profound message on that one. Cancerians, thank you guys for being here. If you do enjoy my art, please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. All right, next up, we're going into Scorpio. You guys, thanks for being here, everybody. Scorpio, you guys are coming in at 9:27. All right, so Scorpios, this is kind of a different sort of a Valentine's Day message. This is, I do these about once a month where I ask, what is it that makes a character beautiful? We don't talk enough sometimes about the lead character. So Scorpio, what does the universe want to let you know that you shine in? What are the gifts? What are the perspectives? What are the beautiful strengths that a character may have? Okay, so I already know what this card is because when my doggy was a baby, he ate it a lot. This is one of, there were several cards that became his favorite, where he ate more of one card. He ate a lot off of a Four of Wands card out of another deck. And this Wheel of Fortune is one of my other most savaged cards. So I would say this is a particular honor, Scorpio, to have a card that was so selected. The Wheel of Fortune, and this Wheel of Fortune in particular, I just love the way this is depicted. So the universe is coming in and saying, Scorpio, one of the greatest strengths, one of the things that makes our Scorpio shine so much is that they are aware that life changes, and segments of life, we don't need to live in the past anymore because we already moved beyond it. And look at all these other zodiacs that we still have to transit through. Look at all of these other future friends, lovers, mates, soulmates, companions that are still up ahead to meet. But there are certain phases of life that definitely close out, but that's okay. And this Scorpio knows it. The Scorpio is all about progress. This is a very like forward thinking. This is someone who doesn't get like, they're probably nothing about them is going to be outdated. Not their wardrobes, not their hairstyles, not their interests in, music or anything like that. They probably are consistently saying, yeah, but the universe is expanding and I expand with it. This is fun. This is what my life is supposed to be, is one grand adventure of expansion. That's an amazing trait to be able to look at. Seriously, we just doubled down on that message. We just got the Wheel of Fortune again. Someone is really tapped into science, pseudoscience. I always look at this as like buzzing electrons. This is a Scorpio who is very, I'm going to say it this way. This Scorpio's aura is like electric. This is somebody who maybe they have like an aura that people comment on. Maybe they have a tendency to have other individuals just, say, wow, I don't know what it is about you, but I saw you as soon as you walked in the room. They may hear stuff like that a lot, and it's because they make an impact. It's their very vibe, their very energy impacts others and kind of inspires others. That is a remarkable message. And to double down with the Wheel of Fortune twice, this is a Scorpio who not only do they not get stuck in the past, they don't, oh my God, seriously, they will go where no one else is brave enough to go. They project. This could be a visionary. This is somebody, because this is a strength card, right? This is the person who can look into the abyss and see a potential. This would be somebody, and maybe this is somebody with a scientific mind. They could be very, capable of conceiving of ideas that other people's brains don't make that jump, but theirs does. And it's because they're not hampered by necessarily like tight conventions. They're like, what do you mean? Life is full of unknowns, and I'm an explorer. I look and I'm brave enough to look where other people won't, and I see potentials. Like they're ready to befriend a dragon, and they're pretty convinced that they can make this work. This is the kind of person that gets us to the moon. This is the kind of person who looks toward a future. Now, here's the thing. Brave people, oftentimes forward thinkers, oftentimes people that think ahead of their time, might have a bit of a lonely go of it because not everybody's going to be on that same page. People are going to be light years behind them. So, but the Scorpio doesn't care. Like they're just like, yeah, I'm not going to slow down. I'm the light that other people follow. That's just how it is. I accept that. That's a really cool message. Ooh, Scorpio, that was a strong one. Ooh, I just got the tingles. All right, you guys, if you like my storytelling style, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. It lets me know you like this and want to hear more kinds of stories. That's super important to me as a storyteller. So thank you guys. All right, next up, we are going on to Pisces. Pisces, you guys are coming in at 14 minutes even. Okay. Pisces, welcome. Happy, I keep wanting to say happy 4th of July. Don't ask me why. This is like the third time I've tried to do this in different videos. Happy Valentine's Day. This is a different kind of Valentine's Day. I wanted to do a message from the universe about what makes our lead character shine, what makes them special, what's their gift. So Pisces, what has the universe got to say about our Pisces? What is the thing that makes our Pisces Shine. Oh, well, Empress, everything from the head to the toes, from the thought process to the tone and pitch of someone's voice, to the way they conduct themselves, to the way they sit with their posture. The thing that makes Pisces amazing and makes them shine is the fact that they have a sense of dignity to them that is just like they walk through this world with grace. They may not know it. And in fact, oftentimes, even right now, you notice how my pup did eat the bottom of her foot there. He did just a little chomp chomp. She may not always feel grounded, but nobody else knows that. Nobody else knows it. An empress goes through all the same upheaval that any person on earth does. The only thing is, because they're so elevated in themselves, this could be masculine or feminine, but because they're so elevated in themselves, they they don't get ruffled the same way. Like they're above ego. So somebody, trash talks them, they're just kind of like, oh gosh, that did hurt. But they must have problems of their own for them to come aiming, for me. They don't get like thrown off their throne because somebody doesn't like them. Doesn't mean that they don't feel it, but the way they conduct themselves is just so much a cut above. She holds a crystal ball here, and then behind her is a waterfall. She's never going to be out of ideas on how to solve problems. She has a crystal ball, but she's not even looking in it because it's not like she's like, oh, what's going to happen? She's like, yeah, I'll make stuff happen. When I observe what I think I should do, then I'll make decisions. So she holds her own future in her hands, but she's not asking somebody else to make her future. She's like, she wouldn't even think of that. It's like, what do you mean? I got to make my future. Super self-possessed, super strong. All right, Pisces, let's get one or two other cards here. What makes our Pisces shine? What makes our Pisces shine? Hold on. Our deck is going wild. Hog wild. Maybe that's it too. Maybe our Pisces has a little bit of a wild streak. Oh, quite the reverse. No, if there is wild energy, our Pisces knows how to plunk down in the middle of it, go into this Zen. Somebody could be really good at that Hara breathing, really good at meditation, really good at finding a way to mediate and bring different things to the table, bring different seemingly contradicting thoughts and mushing them together into something amazing. If this person is a chef, they have the way to take like whatever, like blackberries and put them together with I don't know, like something super that you would never think would go together, like uh, I don't know, pork or something like that. They make interesting flavors blend. They make complements out of things that you wouldn't think would go together. It's like a mashup of things. For some reason, I have the idea of like Indian food in my mind that's getting blended together with I don't know, like something unexpected, toast, or just two different things that really come together, but nobody else would have thought to do that. There's a piece and a vibe to this character where other people are going to be impressed by Pisces, even as they will probably be jealous of this Pisces, and this Pisces is even able to see the good in people like that. They're going to know when somebody is coming at them with jealousy, and they're going to be like, yeah, that person has some stuff to work out, but you know what? I can still see the good in them. I can see, especially with the Seven of Cups, the Pisces sees the potential in everyone. They also see the potential to transform things. And I say that because coming out of each one of these cups is an alchemical symbol. So it's as if our Pisces is they're like an ancient alchemist. Maybe they're very intrigued by that. Maybe somebody likes things like apothecary. Maybe they like perfumes and scents. Maybe they like to take one thing and transform it into something else. I feel like this person is an artist in their entire life, the way they live their life. But their ability to take something and turn it into something else. They could do that with money. They could do that with ideas that then become money. This is probably why she's a waterfall behind her, because they're never out of ideas. They can see the things that that can be utilized in different ways. This could be somebody who transforms furniture into other, dual utilitarian purposes. But when it comes to people, they're able to see, like, this would be a great teacher, possibly. Someone who can see the strengths, like, a kid who's hyperactive, and they go, you know what, this kid would be awesome as an actor or an actress. Let's channel their energy. Let's help them find the thing that they shine at. Let's give them something to focus on that also allows them to still, use that high energy content that they've got. However, I'm just trying to throw out examples here of the way this person can see things, and they can see the good in everything. It's still being realistic, but they find a way to, this person does not get down on life. This person is like, life is a beautiful thing. And everything that we look at, all we have to do is change our perspective a little bit to see how it can still be a benefit and a bonus. And that is, again, part of their dignity and their strength and their grace. So very nice, Pisces. Thank you guys, Pisces. If you do enjoy my storytelling, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. It lets me know you like this and want to see more of it. So thanks for that. All right, next up, I'm going to go into the fire signs, but let me first do a quick recap for anybody who's just popping in. And hi, everybody. Good to see you. So Ophiuchus started us out at 48 seconds. Cancer popped in at 5 minutes on the nose. Scorpio was at 9:27. Pisces was at 14 minutes on the nose. And now we're going to go to Aries. Aries, you guys are starting at 20:14. All right, Aries, here we go. Let's take a look and let's ask from the universe's perspective, what makes our Aries shine? What's the beauty, the grace? What's the power that our lead character possesses? And we got Aries, right? The Tower card is Aries. Boy, Aries is unafraid to, I'm going to say, cut loose, break free, do their own thing. Aries doesn't get put in a box. This is an amazing thing. All the other, they'll learn, they'll listen to other people's ideas, and they'll hear how other people do things. And then they'll go, yeah, that's not for me. No, I listened, I'm respectful, but that's not for me. You're not going to make me believe the way you do. And this could be about everything in life. This could be, they're told, they go to school, they go to college, they learn how to, work in a certain industry. And then guess what? They crack it wide open. They take that knowledge and then they make a name for themselves because they take that knowledge, but they apply it in a uniquely different way. They don't follow the norm. This Aries is somebody who is so true to themselves, so sure that, and let me put it this way, because we see all these other cultures represented, and you could argue cultures combined with belief systems. We've got the ancient Egyptian, like pantheon of gods, and we've got the ancient Greek and Roman pantheon, which again had certain belief systems. Then we keep migrating. We have like what appears to be almost like a Catholic temple, and then above that, kind of like a New Age temple. I always think of that one that's up in Sedona. And you know what? It's like, yeah, but that's awesome. I'm happy to learn about all those. But what I believe is my own unique blend. And this could be somebody who takes knowledge, even things like that, spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, educational beliefs, societal beliefs, and they crack it wide open and they do it their own way. Aries is always a bit of a leader, and they are, once again, that is such an amazing, actually, let's use a different deck, because this Aries is like, yeah, no, I do me. Y'all can do you, I do me. Let's go ahead and do a totally different deck for Aries than I've done for any other zodiac. Tell me anything else for our Aries that makes them amazing. I feel like this person has a bit of a, they don't imitate anybody. They don't follow anybody else. And there's a little bit of a fierceness to this, like, a rebel spirit, because I'm thinking like Rebel Yell, by what's his face, Billy Idol, Dancing with Myself. That's in my head too. We got the Two of Cups and we got the Queen of Pentacles. As independent and individualistic as this person is, they also have this incredible way to say, I don't care what everybody else's relationships look like. I'm looking for the person who gets me and that I really get them. They have a profound belief in really deep love, and that the way love can heal, and the fact that love is about giving. It flat out is. But they love with a way that's like, they don't expect it to all go perfect. That's not why they signed up for it. They're like, I already knew walking into this world that there's going to be serious trials and tribulations. And at every turn, it's up to me to make choices for myself. It's up to me to say, yeah, I want to give love to someone simply because that's what I do. I'm strong enough to handle it no matter how it goes. Sometimes I might really find someone that I match well with, but they may not be strong enough or in a healthy enough place to be able to be standing right beside me. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to have any regret that I gave to this, because I made the conscious choice. Everything I do, this person owns their own choices in life, which I admire that so much. And the reason that they have such a successful life, and they're aware of this. This is the big thing. This Aries is aware that the reason their life is successful is because they own every decision they make. They never put it off on somebody else. Be like, oh, but this person hurt me. Oh, but that person took from me. And they're like, I signed up for it. I said I would do that because I'm strong enough to handle however it goes. I knowingly walked right into that fire, walked right into that romance, and I know that my life is richer for it. And it is. This person winds up having a ton of, number one, a great reputation, but they also tend to have a lot of abundance that comes their way because of that fearless way that they walk through this world. Very impressive. Aries, whoo! Aries and Scorpio have had like some significantly like powerful little stories. I feel like like these ones are like, here I am. I am me. Aries, if you do enjoy my art, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. Lets me know that you like it and want to see more of it. So thank you for giving me that feedback as a content creator. I appreciate you guys. Monica, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Monica, that is the most incredible and absolutely generous gift. Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. I don't know what to say. I'm happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Thank you, everybody who's here. I am so honored you guys stopped by. All right, let's go ahead and move on again. We've got Sag coming in next at 2532. Sagittarius, welcome, welcome. All right, Sag, happy Valentine's Day. We're going to do a very different kind of Valentine's story where we're going to ask the universe, what is it that makes our lead character shine? What are their gifts? What's their beauty? What's their strength? We don't talk enough about our lead character sometimes. Ooh, Sag. So Sag here with a 5 of sacred circles. This, especially on this card, it's not about somebody like, oh, I feel alone, I feel left out. This Sag actually knows when to step away from, I'm going to say the herd, and I don't mean that in a derogatory manner, like, oh, well, I'm too good for everybody else. But it's almost like this Sag knows that to maintain their own independence, it requires them to kind of stand outside the group a little bit. This is a person who likely doesn't really want to follow like any particular mindset. Like this is somebody who even if they are like, oh yeah, I totally enjoy this, say it's like a book club or something. They enjoy the book club because they like to hear everybody else's ideas. And they may hold a very different idea of themselves. They may think that book was rubbish. Everybody else is like, oh, I like this, I like that. And they're like, just like, "Oh, that's so intriguing to hear how everybody else does things. I realize more and more, I do things very different. I interpret very differently. I see things in a different light. It's not, it's not like I am lonely and an outsider. It's more like the kinds of ideas that I have, I'm pretty sure I can see where my perception is not going to be on par with theirs. It's a little bit like, and maybe this will sound a little bit rude, but where we give our 5 of pentacles is supposed to be, the way I always think of it is this, like we put our 5 in and then somebody else puts their 5 in. And if it meshes, we have this beautiful, like symbiotic, like, wow, we're stronger together. This particular Sag is really good at recognizing, I got my 5, but I don't think anyone here is necessarily going to be meshing with me, nor do I necessarily want to, because I don't want to be attached to anyone in this particular group to that extent. I kind of like having my own autonomy a little bit, my own, holding true to my own self. You know what? Hold on. We're going to go with a different deck here as well for Sag. Sag is a bit of an independent person. It's almost like they're still looking for and waiting for the thing that they match and mesh with. And while they appreciate others, they're not going to, well, they're not hungry to grab a hold of anybody else's, like, oh, I need this. This has to be here to fulfill me. They don't need anyone else to fulfill them. Look at this. The Tree of Life is in the reverse. The World card is in the reverse. The Ten of Coins is in the reverse. This person's life is not going to take the direction that anybody else's life is going to take. And they're actually glad of that. Their life story is actually just about to begin. The World card is in the reverse because they haven't actually even started this next journey. This Sag is, I feel like this is somebody who's already been down a certain road and said, you know what, I don't want to do things like everybody else does. So I'm not going to. I do things my way, but I don't really tell everybody that because I don't want to make them feel bad about maybe, they like the dream of like the house with the white picket fence and the 2.5 kids and all that. That's awesome for them. I already did that. And that's not what I'm all about now. I am looking for a different life. I already know my life is on a different pattern, a different scheme of things than almost anybody else's. I don't fit the mold. And they also are aware that there's something something major that's about to change for them. They're on the precipice of reaching some new, I'm going to say, like, new adventure in their life. Their life story hasn't hardly even been written yet. And it doesn't matter what age this Sag is, they feel it in their bones. They know that they're just about to start a new cycle. And they aren't really telling anybody this because it's hard to put into words when it's like, all I know is, like, I'm not with y'all. I'm kind of on this other path of my own. And so I don't know how to explain it because their 10 of Pentacles is not my 10 of Pentacles. What most people look for isn't quite the journey that I want. This is a Sag who understands that life is, you notice how we have all the different seasons here, right? Or in this case, it's more like the different elements, right? We got earth, we got air, we got fire, we got water. And somewhere in the middle, we actually have the Fool. The Fool is the, I'm taking a leap of faith. And in different, it's almost like this person knows that they've already lived one particular life. Maybe they have strong, like, deja vu past life memories, and they're like, I already did all this, y'all. You guys are still living out phase one of your existence. I remember when I lived that out. So I'm actually here for a different purpose this time, but I don't really know how to explain it to anybody because maybe they're still stuck on earth plane and Sag is already here and fire or water. And it's like, no, my purpose is different. And I'm just about there. They've awakened to it. They know this. And so it's just like, my life isn't going to go according to everybody else's because I'm on a different season, or like I've got some other purpose here, and it's not that 10 of Pentacles that others are looking for. I don't think this Sag is looking for any kind of just like, oh, I just want money, I just want fame. They actually are like, there's something about to be revealed to me that's going to move me forward in a unique way that other people probably aren't going to quite, like, it wouldn't be the right path for them because they're not at my vibe. And it's not like, oh, I'm above everybody else. It's just different. I think that's why they're not explaining it to everybody, because it's a hard thing to explain, but it's a sense of knowledge and excitement that they have got a big journey that's about to start. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a ruckus good time. I think it's going to be something very unique to them. And it's because they realize that they're on a different time frame than others are. So, Sag, tip of the hat to you. Have a wonderful time on that new journey. That looks really exciting. All right, Sag, if you do enjoy my storytelling, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. As I always say, I am a fictional storyteller, so I hope you enjoy it for what it is. And thanks for giving me the feedback if you enjoy this. All right, next up, Leos. You guys are coming in at 3204. All right, Leos, here we go. Leos, this is kind of a different storytelling. We're going to ask the question, what is the message from the universe in regards to what makes our Leo shine? What makes our lead character powerful? What's the strength that they may not even realize they possess? Ooh, Hermit. So first off, this is a very different Hermit card. This is Virgo energy, but Hermit is usually a card of like deep introspection, right? However, it normally is really depicting like there are moments where we go, wow, I need to figure myself out. Okay. He is at the end of a journey. You notice how he stands at the edge of a cliff and overlooks the ocean. You notice he's so powerful. He's a bit robust in size now, and he's literally hemorrhaging magic. He has found his inner star. He has listened to that inner guidance, and he is ready to take this new step forward. This is like, that Leo's strength, the thing that makes them shine, is the fact that they've done the work. They've found who they really are, and they're at a very powerful stage in their life, and they're on the precipice of leaping right into the ocean of emotions. This is someone who is like, I've got that Neil Diamond, I said in my mind. I am, said I love that song. It's like, this is somebody who simply knows exactly who they are. They have a sense of power and abundance. This is somebody who could walk into like a, you know, some fancy room full of people that are having a $5,000 a plate dinner, and they walk in like cutoffs and a pair of cowboy boots and a shredded t-shirt and plunk down, and they are completely respected. It's somebody who has inner worth, inner value. They already know why they operate the way they do. It's not, there's nothing that can shake this person's confidence about themselves because they have true inner strength. Now, that is something that's a head turner. When you hemorrhage power like this, it's this person could be quite a how do I want to say it? They could be someone who is like the underdog who winds up becoming that the person who wins. They're the person that no one expected them to become a household name. They're the person who randomly puts like a whatever, like some song out there and it becomes a number one hit and they rocket to stardom because there's just something about them that is unexpected. It's not flashy, yet it's very flashy. It's somebody who oozes sensuality without trying. It's somebody who's not out there doing anything. It's like if this person is standing in the grocery line and they hear a song and they start to kind of dance a little, everybody's like, that person is hot. And it's like, normally if somebody starts dancing to a song that no one else hears in the grocery line, they're like, okay, what is that person up to? It's different. The way this Leo conducts themselves, they listen so loud and clear to their inner self that heads turn with a sense of like, wow, what is that person's charisma all about? They can't put their finger on it, but everybody knows it and everybody sees it. So highly charismatic. We got a high priestess. Somebody may have awesome hair. No, it's again, look at the colors coming out of this person. Look at the brightness, look at the energy. This person literally like exudes and emits energy like fireworks. The high priestess is again super attuned to their innermost inner guidance. I'll say this is like, the high priestess of Delphi. This is someone who senses things that they can't quite put into words, but they see it, they know it, they feel it, but they see kind of from their innermost self. This is someone though who has, I'm going to just say it, okay? It's like, this makes me think of telepathy. If we could see telepathy, we can literally see on this character that they can send out and emit thoughts and information to others. What I would really say is that somebody's very attuned to their animal, their inner animal, and that inner animal, they've harnessed it and they can allow that. This could be like, this person can send out their pheromones and they can attract whomever they want in a room of 100 people. They can be like, I want that person over there to approach me. Guess what? That person over there approaches them. This is knowing one's power, not shying away from it, not denying it, not pretending that they're not in touch with it. That's what the universe is saying. This Leo's strength, their power, the thing that makes them shine is literally the fact that they are powerful and they know it. This is not someone who feigns like, oh, I'm just this little insignificant human. It's like, I am human. Look at me. And I am human and I am animal and I am a part of the cosmos and I am all of this and I harness it and I know what we can do with this. We can connect, we can send out information, we can collect information. And all at the same time, they're very, very at peace and at home with themselves. There is, with the Temperance card, there's this overwhelming, you notice how this Leo got all three major arcana also. There's an overwhelming sense of comfort in oneself. This is not somebody who has subterfuge, who tries to get other people to do things for them. They don't try to manipulate people. What they send out is the authentic message of who they are. And that makes other people in turn comfortable with their own selves, because it's like, wow, Leo is that comfortable in themselves? Well, dang, why do I feel better being around the Leo? This is a really nice like conduit of energy to harness. Leos, that was a fun one. That's a good day to be a Leo, that's for sure. All right, Leos, if you do enjoy my storytelling, please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. It lets me know you like this kind of art and that I should keep doing it. So thank you for the feedback. Next up, we are going into air signs. But before I do, let me recap for anybody who just popped in. And hi, everybody. I'll say hi at the very end of this, okay? So we start out with Ophiuchus at 48 seconds. Then Cancer started at 5 minutes even. Scorpio came in at 9:27. Pisces was at 14 minutes. Aries was at 20:14. Sag was at 25:32. And Leo started at 32:04. All right, so now Libra, here we go. You guys are starting at 38:38 there. I intentionally waited because it's going to be easier for me to write that down. All right, Libra. That was a 2-second delay so I could get it to be a rounded number. Ooh, that came out in kind of a funny way, but we'll take it. Libra, hold on. I'm going to get one more there. That one, it didn't, I like poppers. That's all I ever take is cards that really pop. And that one was like this. Sorry, that's my my physical explanation of that word meh, where it's just like, I don't know, maybe this is it. And that's not the kind of story we're telling today. This is what makes our character shine? Oh, okay. Well, now it makes more sense. Libra, also, you're the only zodiac so far who's gotten two cards. So the kind of like weaker energy that came out, because I'm asking what makes our character shine? What is making our character powerful? What is their strength? Things that are really not worthy of their attention, things that, we could say, oh, I'm so disappointed, this didn't work, or that didn't work, or I wasn't chosen, or something didn't go according to plan. Anything that feels kind of like it's less than what we asked for, this character doesn't get tangled up in it and let that become the focal point of their life. They find a way to say, well, you know what? Maybe there's a reason that happened. Maybe this is a part of something I was either supposed to learn or assimilate. Maybe I was supposed to not receive whatever this thing was that didn't show up in my life the way I would have liked it to have. This is someone who makes peace with the things that are not especially things that are wounding, because this Five of Cups is usually great disappointment, great, unhappiness. The one of the beautiful strengths of a character like this is that they don't get lost in any kind of self-pitying or painful state of mind. They go, you know what? There's a reason for everything that happens. Every lesson, every person who touches my life. And this will sound rude, but I think that this is maybe a significant message on this. If someone was unsure about the Libra, and so they couldn't quite choose, because we do have something here that looks like third party stuff. This would be a character, a Libra, who goes, anyone who wasn't sure about me, oh man, that's definitely not the person that would have been my person then. So I can actually make peace with that. And I also understand that behavior now. Someone who they keep looking my way, yet they didn't choose me, but I'm the one wearing the crown. That's probably just it. They knew that they couldn't ride beside me. They weren't grown up enough to stand beside a king or a queen. They didn't have what it took. So they flip things over in a very realistic way. And they're like, if it didn't choose me, it's because they weren't ready to handle this. This is not somebody who goes, oh my gosh, something didn't choose me, I wasn't good enough. That doesn't even cross this person's mind. This person, but they don't do it in an arrogant way. I think that's a really I would hope that that's actually the way every character always sees things, that, anytime somebody doesn't choose to be with us, but they keep staring our way or something like that. I hope it's always obvious that, well, that's the person who wants me, but they don't think they can stand beside me. It's their inadequacies. It's never mine. I think that is a really nice, like breath of fresh air, that this character is so realistic and they call it like it is. Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is just like, all it means is I don't have to give out my energy to somebody who probably would have actually sucked my energy away. So all of that they didn't they didn't pluck off of this tree, guess what? It just means that is still my own set of resources. I didn't overgive to something that wasn't ready to receive or wasn't ready to stand beside me and reciprocate. So I lost nothing. I still got my Five Pentacles, plus I got two more. I keep moving forward. This is someone who looks at any loss in life and goes, "Ah, I've got that song by, is it Tony Braxton? It wasn't man enough for me. Look at this. They already know they're headed straight toward the kind of relationship, the kind of person, the kind of romance, the kind of life that will be reciprocal. Everything in life is about balance. Oftentimes we'll find things in life that are not balanced. And that's either a lesson for us, or that's something that we can say, oh, I'm glad that I didn't like pour my energy into something and try. I'm going to use the analogy right now of a swimming pool that somebody puts too many chemicals in. If somebody puts too many chemicals in a swimming pool, the amount of water that would take to dilute that is such a vast amount. I don't know if anybody's ever dealt with swimming pool stuff, but man, you do not want somebody who screws up your chemicals, because that is like it to dilute something is a huge amount of water that is needed. It would be easier to drain the pool and start over in often cases. That's kind of what this character says, is anybody who's not ready to give to me, can't figure out what they want, wants to keep eyeballing me, but can't step forward. I realize that it would take me so much additional energy to try to like bring their energy up, help get them get to where they need to be energetically so they can be confident in themselves enough to then say that they could choose me, even though they want me, but they don't have the power to choose me right now because they still are insecure. I'm not going to do that. It would be easier to let that one go, drain that pool and start fresh, move on and get the chemicals right, get everything balanced the first time around. That's maybe the best analogy I can come up with right now is what it would take to balance something isn't necessarily worth it. Instead, we just go, never mind. I didn't lose anything here. I just move forward to the things that are going to be balanced for me. And sure enough, not wasting a bunch of time and energy and resources allows this character to move forward at a much faster rate and they get to that happiness. So this is a very what I would say if I were going to summarize this differently, I would say this is a straight up realist. That's one of the beautiful qualities of this character. They don't let anything break their stride. They don't let anything break their heart and get them down. They just look at it as a realist instead of looking at it from an emotional perspective where it's like, oh my God, but I'm so sad that this person couldn't be beside me or this situation or this job or whatever it was that didn't work. I really wanted it. Why couldn't I have had it? They're like, well, obviously, because that thing ain't ready for me. So I get it. I'm not gonna spend my sweet energy, like overthinking this. This is not one for me to feel sorrow over because my the thing that's going to be balanced is still up ahead for me. So it's very much a realist point of view on things. So they never wind up like down in the dumps, which is absolutely remarkable. All right, Libra, that's what we got on this one. Little bit more like grounded message on that, but I liked it. Libras, if you guys do enjoy my storytelling, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. It lets me know you like this and want to see more of it. And that's awesome feedback for me as a creator. So thank you. Next up, we have got Gemini. Gemini, you are starting at 4608. All right, Geminis, this is kind of a different little Valentine's message. I'm just asking from the universe's perspective, what makes our character amazing? What makes them beautiful? What makes them powerful? What makes them shine? Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is about sometimes being stuck, right? But does she really look stuck? Not at all. She's stepping right up to this platform and she's able to look out and she's already opened up the gates, right? She's going to be able to see this clear, beautiful dawn and this gorgeous environment. This is how we look at any obstacles. We turn them into something where it's like, okay, maybe it's too cold to go swimming, so these swords are blocking me from jumping into the water because at dawn it's probably chilly. There are times when we get blocked for a good reason, but we enjoy the vista anyway. We enjoy that moment. Maybe it gives us time to not leap in and go swimming, but rather it gives us a chance to sit in this quiet, contemplative perspective. So anytime we're kind of stuck, it's a good time to turn it around and look at something from a whole different perspective. Why can't she jump in the water? Well, maybe she's not supposed to right now. Maybe she's supposed to just sit and enjoy some meditative state. So turning any kind of an obstacle into an opportunity to see things through a different perspective, that is a remarkable thing to be able to do. It's not stuck, it's being given a chance to breathe maybe. And it's almost like this person is also able to say, it serves me well because sometimes I am supposed to hold back my energy. And maybe I wouldn't have. Maybe I would have been overgiving. Maybe the universe is like, no, sweetheart, don't overgive on this one. I want you to keep your money in your own pocket. So I'm going to make sure that something makes it. This would be like, oh, I want to go and take a friend out to lunch. And it's like, actually, you're going to need that money for yourself. So maybe we're going to have a little issue where we can't go out to lunch that day after all, but you know what, it's going to turn out to be in our favor. And it's like, you know what, that was good. I shouldn't have spent that money on that. And maybe it was that friend's turn to reciprocate anyway. Sometimes life works in our favor to help us kind of pull back our energy where we would have otherwise gone a little overboard and been a little overgiving. So this Gemini has this ability to recognize that and say, anytime something doesn't work out, I go, all right, universe, what was the message? What were you trying to tell me? This is somebody who thinks about it. They actually ruminate on it to figure out, they think about it from each perspective. So we have the sun and the moon. I feel like this is, obviously Gemini is the twins, right? We keep getting this idea of the duality. And now, of course, with that Two of Wands, we see it again. I can choose this path or that path. If I need to pause for just a moment and make really great decisions for myself, I am able to do that. I am able to see anything that happens in life as an opportunity for me to be reminded all choices are mine. I don't need to be pressured into anything. I don't need to feel like I have to give to someone who wants me to take them out to lunch. I am able to say, I'm in charge of my destiny. I always have been. So when the universe is working with me, I accept those signs and signals, and it empowers me. It reminds me every choice is my own. If I want something, I'll say yes to it, but I got to ask myself, do I want this or do I feel pressured into it? This is a Gemini who's really they work with the signs of the universe, and I think that is such a beautiful message. Four of Swords. Four of Swords is like, there's times to go into silence because it's not like we need to lay here and just heal. It's that during those times of silence, it's where we listen to the universe, um, even more so than what we would have. And I feel like the big message here is that our Gemini has this beautiful quality to them. They may be very soothing to others because they operate this way themselves. They may be a great like counselor or therapist, like helping other people to see the way through life's obstacles as well, and not shake their fist at the heavens like, why didn't this work for me, but rather say, wait, what do you think the universe was trying to tell you? What do you think? Every time this happens to me, it makes me be more introspective, and it allows me a chance to hear like the messages that are around me all the time, and sometimes it gives me the chance to hear what my own inner self is trying to tell me. I just feel like this is somebody who's very tapped in, very tuned in to the things that we encounter. Instead of them saying, oh great, there's an obstacle, I need to bust through it, they go, wait a minute, maybe this obstacle has its secondary purpose. And they really they internalize it and they contemplate it, not with any sense of anger. This is somebody who perpetually improves their circumstances, empowers themselves, and continuously moves forward. This is a Gemini who's been on a healing path already, and they've reached like this huge crescendo of, like, I feel like they have overcome something big in life because they took this approach, and they might be ready to share it with others, and they're contemplating doing that. Do I bring it to the light? Do I become somebody who helps lead others? Now let me think about that, because I realize my life has been this series of experiences, and I've learned from each one, and I've learned some secrets about how best to utilize blockages in life. So do I share that knowledge with others? They're kind of thinking about it. I feel like somebody is kind of meditating on, do I want to become a bit of a, like a forerunner in some kind of, like, I don't know if somebody wants to go into coaching or what, but man, they've got a lifetime of experience in working with the universe. Very cool. That was a nice one. That was a fun one. All right, Geminis, if you guys do enjoy the storytelling, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. It lets me know you guys like my art and want to see more of it, and that's awesome for me as a creator to hear your feedback. So thank you. Next up, we've got Aquarius coming in at 5226. All right, Aquarians, let's take a quick peek and see what is the message from the universe about what makes our Aquarius shine, what makes them beautiful, what makes them unique, what makes them powerful. Ooh, King of Sacred Circles. This is somebody who harnesses the power of the elements. They harness the power of themselves. They harness the power of a lot of spiritual aspects of life, but they may do this in kind of a private, quiet way. They may not be out there telling everybody how to think, how to do it, what everybody else's views should be, because this is somebody pretty self-possessed. This is someone who kind of leads life by example. And you notice that instead of, some people are like afraid of thunder and lightning and stuff. This character is like, are you kidding me? I call in the thunder and lightning. That's why they have this heartbeat drum. They are really good at manifesting, but they manifest in a more quiet way, I think. It's always coming from their heart space. I feel like this person maybe has, even if they identify as feminine, they may still come across always as a divine masculine, meaning an action taker. There's somebody who welcomes the power of the world that they walk through. They see that there's power in everything, in every living thing, in the very environment that we walk through, and they tap into that from their heart space. This is somebody who loves life. This is somebody who absolutely loves life. They connect very much with every aspect, the highs and the lows of it. They see everything has a purpose. Everything has some kind of, I'm going to say like, you know how really, really talented martial arts, like senseis and, people that are really skilled, they learn about kinetics. They learn about how to use energy, use someone else's energy, even against them, against their opponents, if they want to win a match. They learn how to work with the flow of energy. And right now I'm talking about physical energy. If somebody throws a punch, and you take it and move them right through and you use their energy against them. But this is somebody who we could apply that more in a spiritual sense. They use the energy, even of something like that, thunder and lightning. That is profound energy. That's exciting energy. They allow that to be energy that they harness and that they use for a good advantage. They use it for the manifesting. And I just feel like this person's super tapped into all kinds of things that are, it's about creating more stability, but they do that through using every resource that is available to them, including the intangible resources, the things like energy. So kind of an interesting, kind of almost an abstract message on this one. This person feels very spiritual, very, okay, so we got a 4. I would say that this 4 of cups is the acknowledgement that I look at the goose in this card always as if it's the universe who comes in and does us a solid. We don't know. She's sitting here kind of upset, right? But the universe is standing behind her and giving her some shade so she doesn't get sunburned. She's sitting there bummed out, not even realizing that she's being protected all along. Well, this character knows it. They know that moments in life where speaking of protecting, my dog is out there protecting us. Moments in life where something isn't working out, it actually somehow still is. There is a protective nature of the universe. There's moments in time where we can't see what's going on. But this character, they live their life looking for, why did this happen? This is somebody who could like, maybe they're interested in like the butterfly effect, the way dominoes fall, how one thing happens here and then we find out much later on why it happened. This is somebody who is all about truth. They're all about finding like reasonable explanations, but at the same time, they live their life with a sense of grand curiosity. They don't live their life just in the 3D. They very much live their lives in the 5D as well. Very tapped into serendipity and, just the way things can happen that, it's like, wow, this seems so nonsensical. And yet look at how all of these like tangles of energy kind of work out to different human beings, like I'll say greater good. And I feel like this person is kind of a student of that, a student of life, a student of how things fit together. So they don't really look at anything as like, oh, that was terrible, what happened, within reason, right? Obviously, some terrible things simply do happen. But this person is more concerned with the connections that are made in life and the way you can actually see something of value that comes out of the unexpected and how to work with the energy flow. This person is not living their life as like someone who gets devastated or like, oh man, look at this bad thing that happened to me. They look at life as a student of life who is learning how to harness the powers of the energy, how to piece it all together. I feel like this is a very curious person who's always looking for answers. But part of it is like they also know there's a divine within them that allows them to set things in motion. This person knows that they're a creator. They know that they are a part of the universe, and they know that some of the things that happen are because they directly influenced them or started the ball rolling. So this person wants to make good decisions. They want to roll the ball in the right direction for their life. I feel like this is a conscientious person. I feel like this is someone who doesn't ever want to hurt anybody else, but they always come on. We got a king and a queen. This person is straight up royalty. This Aquarius is somebody who always thinks from the higher plane, and they're all about like doing good and then creating a life that's going to be really good. Even though not everything in life is good, they still see it as like, wow, this is an intriguing life that we're here to live. And so I want to be mindful of the actions that I take because they do have an effect. I just think this is such a powerful person and such a sweet person at the same time because they care about the things that they do in life. And they've certainly known some significant blockages or things that haven't worked out well for them. But this is someone who said, That's why it's so important that we be as mindful as we can, so that we don't take thoughtless action in life, because that could lead to destruction. And instead, I want to do my best. So how do I do my best? This is such a beautiful person. This person, because we have a divine masculine and feminine that shows up for them also, I feel like they already are pretty balanced in themselves, but I feel like they'll be finding their complement very soon. Very nice. All right, Aquarius, if you do enjoy my storytelling, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. It lets me know that you guys like this artwork and want to see more of it. And it's awesome for me to hear your guys' feedback and hear that you like it. So, all right, we're going to go into our final 3 signs here, which is our earth signs. But before I do, let me recap real quick. And I'll in the description box, I'll put the timestamps in as soon as I'm done with this live recording. Okay. Ophiuchus started at 48 seconds. That was my first one that I read for. Then Cancer was at 5 minutes. Scorpio was at 9:27. Pisces was at 14 minutes. Aries was at 20:14. Sag was at 25:32. Leo was at 32:04. Libra was 38:38. Gemini was 46:08. Aquarius was 52:26. Sorry, that's really hard for me to read my own writing. And now Capricorn. All right, Caps, we are starting you at 1:16. All right, so Capricorns, here we go. Caps, I am asking the question, what is the thing that makes our lead character shine? What makes them beautiful? What is their strength? What is their power? All too often we forget to talk more about our lead characters, so I like to do these once in a while. Capricorn, the universe says Capricorn is a master magician, Merlin, in fact. This card depicts Merlin. So this is like, we go into our cave, and that's where we're most powerful. This is Merlin's cave, right? What that means, a cave to me is the same thing that a temple represents for me. It's deep inside of ourselves is where we pull our ultimate power from. That's where we discover what's true, what's real, what's raw, and that's the let me put it this way. If this character closes their eyes and says, okay, take away all of the glam and glitz, and just ask myself, what is true about myself? They will find the right answer, because they won't be trying to be humble. They won't be trying to, all too often people are either too scared to admit their own power, or they feel like, yeah, that would be so sassy if I totally like said, well, I'm really good at this. I know that I have the power to do this. I know that I have the power to be absolutely successful. Sometimes people say, I'm not allowed to say that, maybe because they were raised that way, or they were trained that way, or whatever it was. This person is not afraid to go deep inside themselves and say, what is my strength? What is my power? What are my gifts? They're not going to pretend that they don't have a purpose, and that the universe is like, excellent. I don't ever want anybody to play small. I don't want anybody to think that they are supposed to not tap into all the things that are unique to this character, all the gifts that they personally possess. Why would they not admit it? Maybe this person has an amazing voice and they're just like, yeah, but I'll never become a famous singer. This character goes, I could become a famous singer if I choose to. Do I want to pursue it? The only thing that holds me back is whether I do or don't want to pursue it. But by no means do I want to pretend that I don't have that gift of that voice if I've got it. This is a character who, they're not full of themselves. They're just confident in knowing the truth of what their gifts are, and the fact that they could create whatever they want for themselves. It is very much up to them. Actually, no, we need a different deck. We need the more cosmic deck for them, I think. What else do we have going on for this Capricorn? Oh, this is all about what makes them shine. It's interesting. This Capricorn is really good at seeing other people and recognizing that person doesn't love themselves enough. We got an Ace of Cups in the reverse. We got the Four of Pentacles. We got the Fool card, and we got the Emperor. I have to say, I think that this Capricorn realized that they needed to pull their energy back from someone who didn't love themselves enough. They said, if I match my energy to someone who is at a lower vibe, they'll kind of blunt my blessings, or they'll make me feel like I have to also not be as successful as what I'm intended to be. So they held back their energy from, I don't want to say somebody like toxic necessarily, but if somebody doesn't love themselves enough, say the Capricorn has met other people who are just like, they really aren't believing enough in themselves to connect very well. Capricorn is like, I'm sorry, but that's just not going to work for me. If I lower my vibe to match with this person. This is somebody who probably couldn't give enough love to the Capricorn. And maybe Capricorn was like, "Ugh, I know this person does have love in them, but it's like, I wish I could fix them. I wish I could help them heal so then they could love themselves and then they could love me appropriately. But you know what? I can't fix them. They got to do that themselves. And if I try to hold on to them, bring them up, try to teach them how to be healthier, it's actually, I don't, it's not my job. If they want to follow in my footsteps because I inspire them, that's different, but I can't follow somebody around and try to help them. They have to want it for themselves. So I actually have to pull my energy back and go in a whole different direction. This Capricorn finally realizes it's like, it's not, and this could sound like callous or something, and I hope I'm explaining it in a way that makes it not sound that way, because it's definitely not what this Capricorn is doing. They have recognized it's not their job to save people. People have to be inspired and choose to better themselves. And the best way Capricorn can inspire people is to be the greatest version of themselves. Why would they not become a full-blown emperor? And by the way, this is actually a feminine emperor. Why would they not become famous and powerful and extremely wealthy and all of the things that they are capable of doing, because instead they want to pour their energy into someone who doesn't love themselves? Like, this could become their life project if they're not careful. Well, this Capricorn says, no, my life project is not going to be to try to help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves. My life project is to be successful myself. And if other people are inspired and then they want to match my energy, awesome. So I can help more people by shining as brightly as humanly possible. That's the way I help someone who doesn't love themselves. It's not to pour my energy into them and try to give them belief in themselves and spend all my time trying to make them see the beauty in themselves. It's for me to shine even brighter. And if they want to be a part of that, awesome. If they want to follow in my footsteps, awesome. I can show them it can be done, but I shouldn't play small or make someone else, be my life's endeavor to help somebody. I'm supposed to focus on what I am here to do. So I think that this is like, I would say that this is a representation of someone who almost has a really good grasp of the divine gifts that we possess, and then the fact that our duty perhaps in this lifetime is to take care of those divine gifts and foster them. Like, we're supposed to take care of our own bodies. Why? Because this body is a divine vessel that we're fortunate enough to have. So we're supposed to tend to it. If we have a beautiful brain, why would we not enhance our knowledge? Why would we ever take a gift and then be like, yeah, but I just really want to say that, I'm still dissatisfied about this or that in my life, and that's where I'm going to focus. It's almost like, throwing away the gift that the universe has given us, which is ultimately the gift of life. And this Capricorn is like, I'm not going to do that. I'm here to honor the life that I've been given and honor the gifts that I've been given. This is somebody very determined, and I feel like they have a really beautiful perspective on the importance of valuing oneself, and a better idea perhaps of how to really lead the way in like a healthier viewpoint of the value of life. At least I liked this one. I don't know if I've explained it very well, but that's what I got on this. So, you guys, thank you for being here. If you do enjoy my storytelling, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. It lets me know you guys like it and want to see more of it. And that's super awesome for me as a creator. So thank you. All right. Next up, we have got Taurus. Taurus, you guys are coming at 107.53. All right, Taurus, I'm going to ask, what does the universe have to say about how they view our Taurus's gifts? What makes them shine? What makes our lead character powerful? Ooh, Taurus, you just got 2. Wow, 4 of staves and the devil. This is pretty strong. So the thing that makes this Taurus really powerful and really makes them such a beautiful individual is they are able to distinguish between something that truly is balanced versus something that is, um, I'm not even going to say unbalanced. I'm going to say wanting something because it's like, well, I want it, versus this is actually in my greatest and highest good. Look at the difference between these two cards. Taurus can see if we keep like going after something where it's like, I know this isn't working, but I want it. So I'm going to hunker down. I want this thing to be the thing that works. This Taurus is able to say, but it doesn't work. What I want is something that does genuinely match. I want something that feels balanced. I want a person who is balanced. I want that situation, that thing that really makes my life better and easier. This looks very much like it's talking about understanding what a relationship can be, the light and the dark sides, um, being determined to get it our way and insisting that it has to go a certain way and staying trapped in a situation that is unsatisfying. Mm-mm. Our Taurus knows the difference between that versus something that genuinely works. That is an amazing, man. If we could just bottle that up, if Taurus could, like, they could become a millionaire off of that. Like, here's a simple way to distinguish between, does this work? Does this not work? I got the Sun and the High Priestess. This Taurus taps into their higher self all the time, at every time. They got two other major arcana in this, right? They're highly intuitive. They know that in order to really get beyond ego, we have to know our own motives, and in sometimes, like, they don't deny the fact that they intuitively can see someone else's motives, right? So if this Taurus has dealt with people where they're like, okay, I already know why they're behaving the way they are. I can see, the way this works, and I know why I'm reacting the way I am. Taurus is able to just identify that. They listen to their intuition, and then they go, I want to gravitate toward happiness. So I ask myself, I do a self check frequently and say, why am I drawn to this? Oh, because it genuinely makes me happy in a healthy way. This is like the Taurus who would not, I mean, they might date lots of different people, right? And they would date individuals and they would say, this person is so pizzazzy and they give me butterflies. But what do I really know about this person? I know that I don't trust that they aren't, every time that I'm in front of them and they keep looking at their phone, and I already know that they're actually on a dating site because they openly told me that. That's not going to be who my happiness is with. This is somebody who they're telling me point blank, they're just out for fluff. And that's fine if I am too. But I'm not going to pretend like I think this person is trying to let me know that they want to be committed. They're telling me the opposite. I pay attention to those things. So then if I go out on a date with somebody else who's like very invested and they're, chit-chatting and they're like, oh, next Sunday, like, I go over to my family's house every Sunday. Do you want to come over? It's like, wow, this person is someone who is telling me point blank, like, they're intrigued. They want me to see their life. I'm not a secret. They're not, lacking seriousness. This person is who they seem to be because they're inviting me into their world. If that's what I want, then I'll go toward that because that's my happiness. Ultimately, Taurus goes, what am I really motivated by? Do I just want fun and fluff? Awesome. Then I'll have a great time with that person who's just fun and fluff. But if I'm looking for long term, I will listen to my instinct and theirs. Like, what's really going on under the surface? What is someone really telling me with their actions? That's how the Taurus knows. That's the secret to happiness. I go toward the thing that is clearly what I genuinely want. I know my own motives. If I just want a hottie to kiss for tonight with no strings attached, I can get that too. But if I want a forever love, then I also know how to identify that. So it's just somebody who's super they are a realist because it's, I can't remember at this point which other zodiac came across this way, but it's somebody who totally owns their own actions, their own behaviors, and knows their own motives. And hey, if they want something light and fluffy, they can have that too. But they don't pretend that it's supposed to be something other than what they signed up for. This is somebody who's super just straightforward and honest with themselves, and that's why they don't get disappointed. That's an amazing, amazing trait. All right. Taurus, thanks for being here. If you do enjoy my art, please give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. All right, next and last is Virgo. I saved you guys for the end just because I thought I did you guys a little bit earlier last time. So here we go, Virgos. I try to always mix it up so it's a little fair. Virgos, what does the universe have to say to you about what is Virgo's shining power? What makes them glorious? What makes them beautiful? Because oftentimes in these stories, we don't talk enough about the lead character. So about once a month, I like to do a story where I say, what is our lead character's grace and beauty and power? We got the Hierophant. And not just the Hierophant, but this is the Oracle of Delphi on this card. And I think it's interesting that they chose to put that. I would have expected this to go on a High Priestess card. But instead they put it on the Hierophant. And so I actually kind of blend those meanings. So the Hierophant can be a card of like discipline, um, belief in like knowing what someone like really says, okay, this is the guidelines of life that I choose to live by. This is my creed. However, when we blend in an element like the Oracle of Delphi, we're talking about deep intuition. So now we're also talking about somebody who uses their own instinct to ask themselves, very much like what we just read with Taurus. And of course, this is a Taurus card, but it's like they ask themselves, what do I know to be true? Because truthfully, they're connected to their inner self because that's a connection to their higher self, which is also what the Hierophant represents. This is someone who will make a great marriage partner to somebody because this is somebody who loves all the way. They love hard. If they give their heart, they give their heart. They give their dedication. They give their loyalty. They know exactly what they are dedicated to. This is somebody who would be giving, but if they see something that's like, oh wow, absolutely no, that's like that goes against my own personal ethics, this character does not budge. So they have kind of like I'm going to say a pretty straight and true inner compass of what they believe is right and what they believe is not okay. And they won't budge that for anyone to get ahead. They won't change that inner compass to say, okay, well, let me just, I'll lie and cheat on these things. It's like, no, if I wouldn't let somebody else get away with it, why would I let myself get away with it? So there's a real it is kind of like an unbudging truth because it's like even if I won something but I didn't think I earned it, I'll always know that I didn't earn it, so I don't want to win it at all. This is somebody who doesn't want stuff to come to them for any of the wrong reasons because they would rather not have it unless it comes to them for the right reason. Same thing about love. Same thing. They don't want a partner to say, oh, because we signed a contract, we're now staying together. The Virgo here is under the belief system that it's like, I wouldn't have signed that contract unless I really meant it. So anyone who signs a contract with me, if they decide somewhere that they didn't really mean it, I would rather let them go. But I personally, I would never have signed it if I didn't really mean it. So I'm the person that probably doesn't have to like, backpedal too often because it's like, hey, I said it, I meant it. That's how it was. That's a really wow. It's because they go off of what they genuinely want. This is somebody who is deeply passionate, someone who is deeply passionate from, how do I say this? We've got someone who operates from their higher self, but we also got somebody who is very primitive. So they operate from their most primal self as well. Raw and true about like, this is what I want. This person has powerful emotions of everything from like, this is somebody who defends the people that they love. This is somebody who is completely passionate and can lose themselves in the passion when they choose to give that passion to the person that they trust, the person that they've given their energy to. This person doesn't hold back on anything. So they live their life. Maybe we could say they live their life like a raw nerve, but you could also say that they live their life to the most full extent, but governed by this idea of, well, the only reason I give like this is because I heard what the core of my soul said. My soul said, this is true for me. I give this freely. I commit to this freely because that's who I am. This is true for me, and I know it from my higher self and I know it from my inner primitive self. So what they do, they don't have regrets about. That's what I would say. And then we got a King of Swords. This character is someone who is looking for something just as true, something that how do I say it? It's like they probably value like honesty possibly above all other things, and this makes it if things are going to fail, it may be an epic fail, but they won't ever sit and say like, oh my gosh, this was such a terrible experience. They're going to be like, hey, I can hold my head up because I said what I meant and I meant what I said. And that mattered more to this character. In the experiences of their life, they want to be able at the end of their life to say, I did this, I did this, I did this, and I did this because I wanted to, because I fully committed to those choices that I made. Maybe they were epic fails, but you know what? I did that. Yep, that was me. And they like knowing that it was a true reflection of what they wanted their life to look like because it was a true reflection of themselves. We've got the moon here. There are unknown things though This Virgo, they know themselves and they know why they do things, but there are many, many things in life that come almost out of nowhere. And this Virgo is aware that there are forces at work that they cannot predict. And all that's why it's so imperative that they know themselves, that they always do what is true because they don't know what's coming in next. And something is coming for this character. There is an unknown here, something that could be extremely unexpected. It could be that they are about to meet someone who is going to be a really great match, someone who's just like them. But this person could they could be so similar to Virgo, but Virgo won't know that at first. They'll have to learn this about this person. The moon shows us things that are hidden but need to be revealed. And you notice how we have the wolf and the dog. These creatures are almost the same, but if we look at their DNA, it's just that little tiny fraction, so 99.9999% the same. But that little fraction makes these two creatures different. But here's the thing. A wolf is a wolf mates for life, right? And they're loyal to their pack, but they're free animals. They roam. A dog lives at one zip code. He's attached to his people. He's attached to whatever he considers his home, and they're loyal for possibly even a different reason, right? But loyalty is at the heart of everything. And I think in all of this, what we've seen is that the Virgo is loyal because they choose to be and because it's what they believe is right. But there's somewhere in between the two, a wolf and a dog. There's something they freely choose what they want and then they're loyal to it because that's what they said they would do. But they did it out of their own freedom. So there's somewhere in between the two. And I'm wondering, because this is like a portal coming through with this moon card, I'm wondering if they are about to meet someone who is similar in that sense, where they're a dash of both. There's still unknowns up ahead for this character. And the beauty of this character is that because they know themselves so well, they'll be able to determine what is right, what is the right course of action for themselves. That's what they've been cultivating, is that inner knowledge and to live passionately as well. This one gave me a headache. I don't know why, but I have a splitting headache that just started. And maybe it's because I've been talking for a while, but I don't know. That was just an interesting side note. Virgos, love you. I have a ton of Virgo in my chart, by the way. So that's no dig at my Virgos or anything, right? But thank you guys. If you do enjoy my storytelling, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. Lets me know you like this for the fun that it is. As I always say, I don't take myself serious. This is just it's entertainment. I'm not a psychic. I don't tell you how your life's going to go or anything like that. This is all for enjoyment, maybe new perspectives, but I love to look for, like, what are the positive attributes? What are the different interesting concepts that pop out in these storytelling? So I hope you guys enjoy it also. Thanks everybody for being here. I hope you guys have had an amazing Valentine's Day. I've got a few other videos I'll be putting out today, so watch for those. I've got a couple of short clips of my dog, so watch for those. And then I'll kind of disappear after a while for the rest of the night. So everybody, thank you so much. You have been so much fun. Oh, Vatsala, thank you, sweetheart. Christine, you angel. It's always delightful to see you here. Yes, Lysandra, I know. Unknown factors. Yeah, it's kind of fun when there's unknown factors. To me, it's always like, ooh, there's a mystery up ahead. I like that. Hey, Jenna, thank you for the hearts and rose. You are so awesome. Colt, I'm delighted you were here. That's so awesome. I know you said the other night you were like, man, I keep going to bed early. And I was like, good, get that sleep. But Colt, I'm so glad. I did it a little earlier tonight. So hopefully it worked for more people. Gina, you angel, thank you so much. That is so sweet. I appreciate that donation so much. And thank you everybody for donating your time and your beautiful energy here on my channel. I'm absolutely warm-hearted over it. I'm so grateful to you guys for making my channel what it is. It's really nice. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Nina B. Oh my gosh. Aries has had a good Valentine's Day already. He has had quite the little adventures today. So yeah. Anyway, you guys, lots of love, and I will see you again in a couple of other videos that I'll still be posting. Okay. Bye for now.